That was a terrible one. But whatever. It's Eve Burston's Joe. So I'm actually gonna be reacting to the video I was reacting to yesterday. I'm gonna finish it off because it was like 20-something minutes long. I only did like 10 minutes of it or something. I don't know. So yeah, let's get to it. You know how we do. Peace.
I work at a pizza joint in Chicago.
Okay, my boy works at a pizza joint.
I have the shitty responsibility of delivering pizzas.
Usually what you'd expect at a pizza joint.
Usually at night. I've asked my boss for day shifts, but she's
moving the thing so I can have my thing here.
Whatever shifts I don't want the most.
Without it being on me.
I know being a pizza delivery man is somewhat of a dangerous job, but I never imagined anything like what happened to me a few months ago could actually happen. There is this one customer that always calls in and acts strange as hell on the phone. Sometimes he will just hang up on you. Sometimes he'll order pizzas normally, but make crazy sounds while he does, and then hang up. We've always thought this guy was just an idiot playing pranks. He would make really weird comments too, like, "I want to order a large pizza with pineapples, mustard, and your skin." I'll never forget that one. We usually just hang up on his ass now, and we always know it's him calling because his number is saved in our system. So he called again a few months ago and ordered a pizza normally. No bullshit, no weird comments or sounds, and gave his address too. I thought it would be interesting to finally deliver to this guy, and when I drove into his house, it was something you'd see in a scary movie. An old as hell looking place right on the line where we don't deliver. Not in the busy part of the city where most of our orders come in. The house looked like it was about 100 years old, and there were no lights on that I could see. I wasn't scared or anything.
Why are you not scared?
Seeing what he looked
Some weird man talks about he wants to eat
your skin. When I went to the front door, I rang the bell, but it wasn't working, so I knocked. I realized I forgot the guy's soda, and thought he'd give me shit for sure, or just freak out on me. Nobody answered right away, so I knocked again on this big door. He opened up after that second time. He was wearing this weird-looking mask around his mouth.
No.
Only his mouth. His eyes were opened wide, and I told him how much the pizza was, and that I was sorry I forgot the drink. He looked down, I think, and then said, "It's okay," and then looked at me again. I stood there looking at him for like 5 seconds in silence when I got bored of his shit, and told him the amount again. He said okay, and then asked me, "Has anyone ever attacked me before?" I told him no, and if they did, they'd be sorry. He then took off his mask that was covering his mouth, and he had big-ass scars all around his mouth. I have no idea what they were from, and can't even imagine what they might have been from, but he looked seriously messed up. He smiled at me, and his lips were all cracked. I noticed he wasn't about to hand me some money, so I told him I was leaving. I turned around and started walking down the steps, and he screamed at me and slammed the door. This bastard was crazy, and I don't think any of his shit was
shivers.
Funny. That final scream he gave me was creepy as hell, even though I kind of expected him to do something like that. He has called several times since then, and we always just tell him now that he is on our no delivery list. He usually just screams and hangs up, or cusses out whoever is on the phone.
See, that's the thing for me. Scream and scare me.
And went camping with my friend and his parents.
No.
We went to the
no, screw that. No. I'd quit. I'd forget this. He's calling me. He clearly knows the location of my work. He's just seen me.
I can't remember where
hell no.
Was.
I'm out.
Not really in contact with my friend anymore.
Screw that.
But 15 years ago,
jeez, man.
It wasn't the safest place to camp. Here's
I'm gonna do these videos in twos, I
woke up sometime in the early morning, like 3 or 4 a.m., and immediately saw a man's face looking in the tent.
No!
He had unzipped the door just enough to stick his head inside. He looked absolutely insane.
What the hell?
He had big eyes and wild hair. I was so stiff from fear, I literally couldn't do anything. The man kept
No,
moving
that's...
his head from left to right, very, very slowly, as if it was uncontrollable. I guess my friend could hear me breathing loudly or something, because he woke up too. He had the same reaction as me.
Punch him or something.
And just laid there in terror, looking at
No,
this mysterious
just bang,
man.
get him.
I'm not
Get him.
certain how
Go
long
on.
he was sitting there looking at us, but it
No,
felt
no,
like
no,
hours,
no, no, no. Why are you
shaking
gonna
his head
slay
back
that?
and forth.
Screw
At
that.
some point,
Yo, if I was
we
that...
heard a noise close by, and so did the man. He disappeared quick, and a couple minutes later we got out of our tent and woke up his parents. The guy was long gone. I'm still afraid of camping
Jeez.
to this day.
Oh, no, hell no. Hell no. Guys, that one's bad for me because I've actually, I used to be in the Scouts, you know. So that's the end of the story. I used to be in the Scouts, you know. So I've done a lot of camping over the years. I was in the Scouts for like at least 4 or 5 years because I was in the Cubs as well. I think I was even in Beavers. You know, I think it's called Beavers anyway. It's been a long time. But yeah, anyway, and you know, we used to go camping like at least 5 times a year or so. You know, and it was really fun. I actually kind of miss it, in all fairness. But yeah, so that one's kind of personal to me because it's just like, oh, yeah, I've had my experiences camping that are really scary. But oh no, I'll tell one story about it, but I'll leave the rest for a separate video in case anyone wants it. So one time I was camping, and I had this one friend. I don't remember his name. It was a long time ago. I think I was like 7 or something. We were in somewhere, I think it was called the Peak District, I believe it was called. We used to go like every year. And it had this little like sort of, I wouldn't say town or village, but it had sort of like, this campsite had a separate sort of street in a way. With like building, store building sort of thing, you know. And basically, one of my friends wanted to go in there because at the time, because we were young, used to sell these like little pots that looked like metal containers, and in those containers they had like goo and a little alien, and I think they were like different colours or something like that in each pot. Either way, me and my friend collected them. They were really cool. I actually want one now. But anyway, and we go back to the campsite. You know, we get in our tents and all that because we've had our food and, you know, it's late and blah, blah, blah. I think my brother was even there too, actually, because I must have been in Cubs. My brother was in Scouts at that time, if I remember rightly. But anyway, so we get in a tent, and me and my friend are sharing a tent with this other guy. And I think the other guy was someone I actually went to school with. I think his name was Reese or something like that. It's been a long time. But anyway, and halfway through the night, I heard a tent zip, and I was like, what's that? And it turned out to be our tent. And I was like, alright, well, why not? So I just laid there. It was like, alright, I'm going back to sleep. And when I next woke up, I noticed that my friend was no longer in the tent. It was just me and Reese. And I'm going to call him Reese anyway. It's not actually the name, but I'm not going to say his actual name. So I thought, what the hell? So I woke up Reese and I said, dude, where's, I don't know, let's call him Jake. Alright. Oh, Reese, where's Jake? And he's like, what do you mean? He's there, isn't he? And then he looks over and he's like, oh, I don't know. But we didn't think much of it. We thought, oh, he's probably just, you know, going to the loo or something. He's probably using the outdoors toilet as we, you know, basically just got behind a tree or something. But yeah, nevertheless, he didn't come back. And we were like, alright, that's really weird. So we went out the tent. And it was really dark, seriously. So it must have been somewhere between 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. And we were looking around for him, but we didn't want to wake anyone up, so we had to be really quiet. But we were worried because he liked doing the fishing that was there, but the actual place where the fish were was really, really deep. And I fell in it quite a few times because we used to canoe down there. And I was like, what if he's fell down there, you know? So we go down, we don't see anything, you know. Then we think, let's go to the shop, you know, maybe he's there. Obviously the store's closed because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, so he can't be there. We even went to look for the woods because we had like our own separate area. We like to hang around in the woods when we wasn't needed by our leaders. And we couldn't see him there. I mean, it was really big, so we didn't search all of it, but we couldn't see him there. And we were just like, oh, crap, what do we do? You know? And, yeah, long story short, we ended up having actually a search party. And my brother was like, dude, your friend's such an idiot. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, and I don't think they let me do the search party because I was too young, but I was still looking for him anyway. And he did end up turning up in the end. I don't remember where he went. I know he told me before, but like I said, I was like 6 or 7 then, something like that, maybe even younger, I don't even know. But yeah, he just turned up out the blue, and was like, alright dude, how you doing? So at least nothing happened to him, which is good. But that was my creepiest experience at camp. If you got any, let me know down below. Yeah, good times. I should really start telling more stories about my camp. Like, I did a lot of crazy things. I once had I'll keep this short in case anyone wants to hear it in a separate video. I once had a bow and arrow. I went like that, let go of it, and I missed the target, but I heard it like a squeaking sound. I thought, what's that? I went to go see where my arrow went, and it directly went into the tail of a squirrel. Oh, poor squirrel. I think I even cried, dude. I felt so bad. I didn't even do anything either. I just sat there watching it, and I was like, can I take it out, or will it hurt it, or anything? So I had to get my scout leader to do it, and he was like, he was even more sad than I was, in all fairness. But RIP, dude. I'm guessing RIP anyway, because I'm pretty sure he would have bled to death. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you for watching. Like I said, these are 7 stories. I'm gonna do them in 2s, so this is the 4th one we've seen now. So yeah, it means we got 1 more video, and I may put the final 7th one in part 3, or maybe just do it in a separate video and then add other stuff into it. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all that Gucci stuff. I love you all, and peace.